Quilted garments are everywhere right now, and I have been very tempted by them, but I hadn't quite found one that felt right for me. And then I stumbled across this one. This one looked different, it looked polished, it had ruffles on the sleeves, and I was hooked. And if you're gonna make a statement vest, you're gonna need some statement fabric. So with just 1 meter of this gorgeous Liberty Tana Lawn, I made my own version of quiet luxury with ruffles. Or if you ask my husband, a vest that makes it look like I really, really, really love horses.
Be honest.
Let's go find out about the gorgeous Anouck Quilted Vest. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate and this is Ripper Seams. Now I've been quietly circling around quilted garment patterns for quite a while now, not unlike a seagull eyeing off a cup of hot chips. I really like the concept of them. I love the idea of them being so cozy and soft, but I am a little bit worried about the bulkiness and the shape of them. Tending to find that those type of garments don't suit me so well. So as much as I like the idea, I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. In saying that, I do have a Megan Nielsen Hervea jacket all cut up, ready to go. It is my very next make that is going on my sewing machine. So I am very interested to see how that turns out because so many people love that pattern. But when it comes to quilted garments, I was looking for something a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more fitted. So when I saw the lovely Anouck Vest pattern by Joli Lab, it had those beautiful style lines, exactly what I was looking for. So I had to sew it up straight away. And here we are. So in this video, we're going to do another pattern review for you. We're going to look through all the details of this wonderful make, how I went about making my particular version, and of course we'll take it on the Backyard Catwalk at the end so you can actually see what it looks like on a real person out and about. It'll help you decide if this is something you would like to make yourself. So let's have a chat about what drew me into this pattern in the first place, because ultimately I was looking for a quilted garment, but I was also looking for one that would be an easy throw over, something I could sit at my desk if I was feeling a little bit chilly whilst I was working, or maybe if I wanted to put as an extra layer underneath a bigger coat. The vest seemed the most logical idea. Obviously, we don't have the bulk of the sleeves on the side. I really liked the cropped length of it because it's ideal for layering, but it has these really beautiful little details, these frills over the shoulders, but also as an added detail, it is fully lined, so it could be reversible if you really wanted it to be. Ultimately, it is just really, really pretty. Now, whilst these particular details are the versions I went for, it does have a few other styling options as well. I've made the curved hem, but you can also have a square cut. There are also two different versions for the pocket. So there is the rounded version where you put your hands in over the top, but there is also that slanted version, almost like the Hervea does, where you come in from the side. That particular version is more suited to the squared off hem. However, I don't think there's a problem if you wanted to adapt that particular pattern piece. You just have to round off those corners. Other lovely feature is obviously these lovely ruffles on the sleeves. Now you can go completely without the ruffles. If you just want this really nice sleek vest, go for your life. But there are two different shoulder options as well. I've gone for ruffles because I just think it's really delightful. It's feminine. It's just really, really pretty. If the ruffles are a little bit too much for you, there is a simpler epaulette style as well, which is just a more plain piece that comes over the shoulder here. Now, one thing which I really like about these additions to the shoulders here is you put them in right at the very end. It's the last step in the pattern, which means they're actually not integrated to the garment itself. You sew them in underneath the bias binding, which means you can remove them if you don't want them, or maybe you might want to swap them out. I am daydreaming a little bit about putting some snaps on the inside here so I could swap out my different shoulder ruffles, have them in, take them out, have the epaulette instead of the ruffles, but I've hand sewn mine in. I'm very, very happy with my ruffles on this particular version, and it's really, really nice. Finally, of course, we've got this lovely stand-up collar. Overall, this is a really lovely, stylish, semi-fitted vest, which I absolutely love. Shall we have a look at the back? Yeah, to be honest, there's not much to see there, apart from it looking really, really nice and sleek. You can see the ruffles continuing over and that stand-up collar at the back as well. So overall, a really standout piece if you've got some really lovely fabric you'll want to show off. So yeah, let's talk about fabric. Obviously, this is going to be a quilted make, so you're going to want to pick a fabric that is going to suit quilting really well. Alternatively, if you don't want to go through the quilting process, you can just buy pre-quilted stuff, find something that you like. You will also need a separate fabric for the lining, so keep that in mind. Now, for my particular version, I decided I wanted to quilt it myself, and I did so using this most beautiful Horse Tana Lawn. It is a print for their Chinese New Year. It's Year of the Horse, and I saw this and I went, that is absolutely beautiful. This is what I'm going to make my vest out of. I thought this because being a nice dark color, I thought it would just blend into my wardrobe really, really well. Obviously got these beautiful horses prancing around all over it. There is the smallest hint of lavender on the horses. They've got some prints and flowers all over them, so it's just a really, really pretty, lovely color. Obviously it's not a black background, it's kind of like a really deep dark bluey grey, and the black piping just kind of sets everything off really nicely. I've just gone for a plain black cotton poplin on the inside, suits it perfectly, and yeah, really happy with how this color combination came out. You of course are going to need bias binding. Now it does instruct you to make your own. I've used my black cotton poplin here. You can buy pre-made if you so wish. There is a pattern piece in there to make your bias binding. You'll need 5 or 6 meters of it in total, because you do have to go right around the full edge of the vest as well as around these pockets. The added bonus is you can make this with just 1 meter of fabric for your outer and 1 for your inner. So if you've got 1 meter of beautiful cotton fabric which you don't know what to do with, this could very much be a make for you. So for me, 1 meter of Horse Tana Lawn, 1 meter of poplin, that also included enough to make the bias binding as well. So a really nice economical make, turns out wonderfully stunning. Of course, if you're going to quilt this yourself, you are going to need some batting to go in between the 2 pieces. It recommends polyester batting in the instructions. I suspect that's to aid the washability of it. I didn't want to do that. I already had beautiful cotton quilting batting in my stash, so I just got that out. So this is actually 100% cotton all the way through. The quilting is pretty straightforward. The instructions take you right through the process. If you want to do the straightforward diamond quilting, they do actually have some starting lines on the pattern pieces themselves, so you can go in there, rule those out, and then measure from there. For my make, I actually use these, and then I also use my walking foot with the little measuring tool to help me get consistent lines coming through. And yeah, I had absolutely no problems getting this quilting done. Lots of good instructions in there for taking you through the quilting process. If you haven't done that before, you actually cut out rough versions of your pattern piece first, quilt them, and do the final cut of your official pattern pieces at the end. That way it kind of makes up for any shrinkage you might get as part of the quilting process. Very important. Of course, if you wanted to do some freehand quilting, you wanted to do lines, any other sort of quilting, go for your life. Sizing wise, this runs from a European 34 up to a 46. That is a bust measurement of 80 through to 108 centimeters. So unfortunately, it's not the biggest size range, even more so given it's drafted for a B cup. So if you fit into that size range, but you do have a larger bust, if in doubt, make a 12. For me personally, I made a size 42, and I'm actually very, very happy with the fit. I did feel as if this section here was perhaps a little bit sticky out when I first made it. This obviously was because it was very newly quilted and sewn up. I have worn it quite a bit since, and this is all kind of relaxed a lot more. So it might seem like it's sticking out here when you're wearing it. Yeah, it's all fine. So keep that in mind if you think this is an issue when you first make it. It does settle down, particularly more if you use more of a natural filling in there rather than that polyester. Yeah, so go cotton and wool in the inside. Just remember that you've done that when you go to wash it. So given all that, I actually think this is going to be a really good make for someone who is an advanced beginner to an intermediate sewist. I don't think there's anything immediately too tricky on here. The instructions are really, really good. They are both available in French and English. Plus there is also a video that you can watch on YouTube to help you visually through those steps if you need that extra guidance. I actually didn't need to refer to the video. The written instructions were perfectly suitable for me, and it turned out to be an absolutely beautiful make. This is a great introduction to quilting some fabric to make your own garments. Of course, you've got these lovely standout features of both the stand-up collar and the ruffles or the epaulets on the sleeves. I think these lovely features really make this pattern stand out amongst some of the other quilted garments out there. So yeah, if you're looking for something that is a little bit more streamlined, semi-fitted, a light layering piece that isn't too bulky, too overwhelming, then this is definitely a pattern which I would recommend. recommend. So with this in mind for my Ripper Seams ratings, I'm actually going to give this pattern a 5 out of 5 for brain friendliness. Like I said, the instructions were great. Everything came together really, really nicely. There is an instruction in there where you fully machine sew your bias binding on. I started doing that with my pockets. I didn't like the visible stitching on there, so what I ended up for the rest of the make, I machine sewed the bias binding on initially, and then when you folded it around to attach it, it's all hand sewn. And I recommend that you do that because it comes out with a much nicer finish. I just think it's a cleaner and neater look for these type of garments. So yeah, a bit of hand stitching from the TV, watching your favorite film or TV show or something. I'm much happier with this result than I am with what I did on the pockets. I decided not to go back and do in the pockets. It's totally fine, but if I do this again, and probably anything else where I put bias binding on, yeah, I'm hand sewing it into place. So that's my only real call out, but that is also my personal preference. Now for fit, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 as well. I sewed up this garment based on my personal measurements, mainly concentrating on the bust. I sewed a size 42, spot on. I wouldn't want it any tighter, I wouldn't want it any looser. Yeah, this is really giving that nice fitted look that I was really after. Everything fits nicely along the shoulders. I love the length of it. What I really appreciate with this particular make is the design of it is almost like it's self-closing. It kind of always wants to kind of come inwards. I think this is because of the addition of the collar and just the way it's constructed, that it doesn't feel like it's going to gape open anytime soon. I can imagine that if you wanted to put some hooks on here or maybe some ties, feel free to do that. Embellish all you want, but I kind of like the nice clean lines here. I don't feel like it's flapping open or anything. In saying that, I am a B cup. This has been designed for a B cup, so that's how it's going to naturally sit. I think if you've got a bigger bust, may work a bit differently. If you've made this and you do have a bigger bust, let me know down in the comments how that fit is for you. But for me, with my particular frame, this was spot on. So overall, a lovableness. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It breaks my heart to do this because I absolutely love this make. I really can't fault it. It's amazing. The reason why I'm taking the point off, and it's just purely for me, I've picked the wrong fabric. Strange but true. This fabric is gorgeous, but as I mentioned at the start, my husband came up and said, this makes it look like you really, really, really like horses, like it's your hobby and you just want to tell everybody about your hobby. So I get that. But I also get that this is a beautiful Liberty fabric. I get the meaning behind it, but there is a point. It doesn't make me look like I really like horses. The other thing too, which is a little bit more objective, is I thought this particular print, this color base, was going to go well with so many things in my wardrobe. No, I've had a real hard time styling this. Nothing goes with it. And I think it is because of the print on there as well that I kind of need something really, really plain. So much so that even when wearing jeans with it, wasn't 100% happy with it, that I purposely went off and made a black corduroy A-line skirt. Yeah, that's definitely a look, but I want to be able to make this a bit more versatile. Thought it might be the actual print stopping that, but I actually think it's both the print and the color. The color isn't quite black, so it's not going with a lot of the other colors in my wardrobe. So yeah, it's a bit of a funny one, kind of like an enigma in my wardrobe where I really love it. It's a beautiful piece, but it's eluding me as to what I can wear it with. A plain black jumper underneath, yet spot on. You'll see what I wear it with in the Backyard Catwalk. That's the most effective use of it. I have been wearing it more and more with jeans and just a plain t-shirt underneath, long sleeve top and stuff like that, and that is the best way to wear it. So my big challenge now is to make another version of it, because I do really like it, but in something a little bit more subtle, maybe a floral print or something. Ultimately, it's a beautiful make. When I make some clothes that actually suit and go with it a bit more, I'll probably bump it up to that 5 out of 5. So overall, I do highly recommend giving this pattern a go if you're within the size range for it. It is absolutely stunning. It is a standout piece. You'll get so many compliments. I've worn it in video calls and everyone's going, oh wow, what's that amazing top you're wearing? So yeah, it's great. It's a fantastic layering piece. Not sponsored by Joli Lab at all. This is me entirely making this off my own bat. I am on a bit of a Joli Lab binge at the moment. moment, but only because their patterns have just been spot on every time I've made them. I absolutely love the result of them. I've actually also just made another top of theirs, which again is an absolute standout. So I do recommend giving Joli Lab a good look because yeah, they've got some absolute stunners in their pattern collection. So we have talked about this pattern. You have got my recommendations. Let's go take a look at it out on the Backyard Catwalk. So here is the lovely Anouck Vest by Joli Lab in all its glory, and we're going straight in for a quick look at those ruffles sitting pretty up there on the shoulders. Those of course are flanked by some lovely hand stitched bias binding, and we can see that diamond quilting a little bit more up close. The collar is great. It's not being too showy. I think the shoulders do enough of that, but it's got its own linear stitching on there. And of course we have pockets. Now the pockets are small, not going to fit a phone or a whole hand in there, but probably some snacks. Yep, definitely there for snacks. But overall a really nice make. I do recommend it. I love how it just kind of hugs the body around you. It's got some really nice style lines, and I think that's what elevates this from maybe some other vests out there. But yeah, if you're looking for something a bit fancy, a little bit nice, I recommend this one. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this pattern review for the Anouck Vest by Joli Lab. If you've made this vest, let me know down in the comments of what you thought of it. Also leave me a comment if you've made something and not realized until after the fact that maybe you've chosen the wrong fabric and that you suddenly look like you're a really big fan of something, like horses. So yeah, let me know your stories down in the comments. I'd love to have a little bit of a chuckle. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a hype as well as a like. Plus, if you've been watching my videos and are not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Click on that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any future Ripper Seams videos. I'm off on my next quilted jacket adventure. Very keen to find out how that Hervea turns out. In the meantime, I wish you a wonderful week of sewing, and I'll see you in the next video.